So what I am seeing now is what I have consistently said in my blogs and YouTube videos, what I call the law of unintended consequences, and also the snowball effect, how one thing is related to another and ultimately affects us. So what am I seeing now? Issues with family court and child support. Think about it. If someone is here undocumented, or they have the immigration process pending, or even if they're a legal resident, but they're afraid of getting deported, they're not going to go back to court and run that risk, or even have the people that are already in deportation proceedings. You can't file against child support against those people because they're not going to go to court for what? To get arrested? And so once they get arrested and they get deported, what are the consequences? They are in another country, which means that parent, usually it's a mother who's a single parent, now cannot afford to raise their child. They're not going to get child support in another country, whether it's Guatemala or El Salvador or whatever. It's not going to happen. And so why was child support created to begin with, child support enforcement? To prevent the states of being in this position where they have to provide funding and some sort of financial assistance to single parents. That's why when you ask for assistance, guess what happens? They initiate child support. So now let's assume that child support says, okay, well, we're going to provide funding. We understand he was deported, etc. Now what? Where's that money coming from? It's coming from us, the taxpayers. And so the problem is, I think, what did I say before the prior post? Something like 11% of school districts, or funding is approximately 11% for school districts. That money's gone. Department of Education isn't going to fund that. We're in the middle of hurricane season. It started already a few days ago, right? June 1st. We're seeing the tornadoes. FEMA isn't helping out. FEMA is saying it's not our problem. It's a state issue. So everything related to finances is a state issue. Where is the state going to get the money? They don't have the money. So what are they going to do? They're going to nickel and dime you to death. They're going to try to increase the revenue one way or another. And what's the easiest way of doing that? The only way? Increase your taxes little by little, piece by piece. So I keep saying chaos creates political instability, which leads to financial instability.